You probably think slave prices in Rome were simple. Maybe you imagine a standard value for every enslaved person. But the truth destroys that comfortable idea instantly. Slave prices in Rome were wildly unstable and sometimes shocking. Some people cost almost nothing. Others cost more than a luxury villa. And the reasons behind these differences are disturbing. One factor especially will change how you see Roman society. Stay until the end because the final reason is unbelievable. We spent dozens of hours studying Roman economic sources. You will get a clear, solid picture of how prices really worked. So let us ask the real question. What actually determined a slave's price in ancient Rome? The first major factor was specialized skills. This is the second strongest point, so listen closely. A skilled slave could be worth a massive fortune. A trained doctor could cost more than many Roman houses. A Greek scribe could be even more expensive. Why did skills matter this much? Because skilled slaves generated direct wealth for their masters. They produced income without needing normal wages. They also boosted their owner's social reputation. Prestige had huge value inside Roman society. A talented slave could raise a family's status instantly. How did Romans judge skill quality? They judged origin, training, and language fluency. A cultured Greek speaker was extremely valuable. An Egyptian trained in mathematics could cost ridiculous sums. Sales even included demonstrations of skills. Think of them like economic auditions. One rare talent could double the price instantly. If this makes sense so far, subscribe to support the channel. And drop a like if you want more deep historical breakdowns. Now let us shift to something even strange. A factor modern people rarely think about today, the geographic origin of the enslaved person. Romans believed every region produced specific personality types. These were stereotypes, but extremely influential in pricing. Thracians were seen as strong but rebellious. Syrians were viewed as skilled and dependable. Gauls were strong but sometimes unpredictable. These labels shaped the price more than you would expect. Why did origin matter so much? Because Romans feared disobedience and revolt constantly. A person viewed as risky automatically lost value. A person viewed as clever or cooperative gained value. Rome priced people based on perceived future behavior. Sales records often highlighted origin as essential information. It worked like an ancient psychological report. Some regions created instant price boosts. For example, Cappadocians were highly desired. Romans believed they obeyed without resistance. Rich families paid more for that perceived reliability. This shows Roman economics were painfully pragmatic. The third factor was even darker. It was the exact physical condition of the enslaved person. Not only strength or general health, even tiny scars influenced the price. Every mark held economic meaning in Roman markets. It mattered because scars suggested a dangerous or complicated past, maybe punishment, maybe escape attempts, maybe heavy conflict. Buyers feared hidden problems that might cause trouble later, so physical details were examined extremely carefully. Buyers checked teeth, posture, legs, hands, and skin. They tested vision and listened to breathing. A strange breath could instantly lower the value. A perfectly healthy body could double it. Physical pricing shaped the outcome in every single sale. But the next factor is surprisingly modern. The level of training provided by the seller mattered. Yes, some dealers actually educated slaves before selling them. They offered fast training programs to boost profits. A slave trained in basic math gained significant value. Domestic training raised the price even more. Reading skills made someone extremely desirable. Why did this training exist? Because educated slaves reduced mistakes in wealthy households. Mistakes could destroy a family's public reputation. Training protected masters from embarrassment and inefficiency. Dealers learned to use this to raise margins. Now comes the final factor. It is the darkest one in the entire list. It was the intended use chosen by the buyer. The more specialized the use, the higher the price. A household trainee was expensive. A personal guard was even more expensive. But the highest prices appeared in sexual exploitation. That market segment was incredibly profitable. Rome did not hide or deny this reality. Sales descriptions could be disturbingly explicit. Age, appearance, and perceived obedience influenced the price heavily. This is one of Rome's most disturbing economic truths. It shows how deeply the empire commodified human life. Every personal trait became a measurable asset. Understanding these prices reveals Rome's true mentality, a mindset built on control, utility, and cold efficiency. Let's summarize everything clearly. Skills could multiply a person's value, origin shaped expectations and fears, physical condition predicted future risk, education raised prices with artificial value, intended use revealed Rome's darkest economic logic. These 5 factors formed a calculating and unforgiving system, a system that turned human lives into market categories. Seeing this clearly helps us understand Roman power. Rome mastered control through every layer of society. But this raises a crucial question. What happened specifically to female slaves in this system? Their reality was even more complex and far more brutal. Most people have only seen the sanitized version. If you want the real story, watch the next video. It uncovers the hidden world of female Roman slaves. Click on the video titled, "What Really Happened to Female Roman Slaves?" That video reveals truths most people never hear.